Hello, sweetie. You're on camera. Yeah, she's not exactly thrilled to be on camera, but we're going to be talking about Eurovision for one of the last times on this channel for a while, for the time being. Okay, she's definitely done with that. Hello, everyone. Let me try and get the sun out of my face here. That's a little bit better. So yes, I am going to be finally talking about my personal top 10 Eurovision 2020 songs, the songs that of course we will not see performed in Rotterdam this year as a part of the traditional type of Eurovision Song Contest we've come to be accustomed to. I've made a video discussing my thoughts on all of that. It'll be linked in the description. I've already gone through my bottom 10 songs for this year out of the 41 songs that we were given. So I will link that in the description as well as a playlist where I have talked about probably about 75% of the songs in individual track reviews. So yes, I hate to say it, but I'm ready to move on from Eurovision on this channel. But so I'm sorry it's taken me a little while to get this video out. Not long after this video is out and you are watching this, within a day or two, I will get my full 41 songs of Eurovision Song Contest ranking video out. It will be just audio snippets, so there won't be any of me talking. It'll just show you my full 41 song ranking, including my bottom 10, which I've already revealed, and my top 10, which I'm revealing now. So that'll kind of conclude my Eurovision content for 2020. And with that being said, I really have enjoyed talking about this contest. It's in such detail this year. It's just, I really am ready to shift gear and talk about other things in music, and as well as other things in general, right? There's just so much going on. But, with these trying times, Eurovision, the songs that we have, this is definitely something that brings some light to us in these times where we're kind of feeling like we just need something to lift us up, bring us together, get us dancing. And most of these songs, particularly these top 10 songs of mine that I love so much from the Eurovision Song Contest this year, definitely do that. And I will precursor this by saying I really do believe, and I'm not of the popular opinion, that this was a weak year for Eurovision. I'm really, really sad extra this year about the contest being canceled because there were just so many artists and so many songs that I was so excited about. I don't remember, granted, I haven't been following Eurovision closely for years. This is the first year that I have felt so excited about this many artists. There's not really that much ambivalence to me with a lot of these songs. Like, it was really hard to rank them. Even though there were definite standouts, I think that so many of these songs would have been worthy of winning and deserving of getting the opportunity with their country to host in 2021, which sadly, it looks like, well, not sadly, but Rotterdam will get that chance again, though they're waiting to decide on that because they have to, pay out a lot of money for that. Their insurance did not cover the cancellation. So there is a slight possibility that Rotterdam is not going to be able to front the cost of hosting next year. So it might be somewhere else in the Netherlands, or maybe give it to one of the people who's in my top 3, who I think is in most people's top 3. We still could have some form of voting, we could have some form of voting to see who wins. Because the facsimile of what we're getting, this Eurovision Shine a Light thing, is so cheesy, and I get why they're doing it. It's great they're trying at least with something, but give us the actual competition. Give us something like where the artists are actually getting to showcase their songs and we vote on them. I don't want to see them sing old songs. That's not interesting to me at all, especially since I haven't been following Eurovision in a lot of older times. In the past, so maybe that's a part of that for me, but I'm just not really interested in seeing, a big reunion get-together show. I mean, some people are, I guess, but it's just not, like, that can be a little part of it, but that's not what I want the whole thing to be. I'm not going to tune in for something like that. Anyway, all of that aside, let's dive into my top 10, shall we? Keep in mind, this is just my personal opinion. At number 10, Germany. Let's all clap and pat on the shoulder for Germany. Finally, in my opinion, sending a song that is worthy for 100% worthy in recent years of being on the left side of the scoreboard. I know that Michael Schulte 2 years ago, a lot of people liked that song. I did not. I didn't think it was terrible, but I just thought it was so middle of the road and very bland. And that's just me, and I'm sorry. So I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I think Germany could have really done better with a song like that, and I just wasn't really sold on it. But coming off of last year with their 0 points for Sisters and, the train wreck that was. It's really refreshing to see them go in this direction. Albeit, I mean, is it a song that I would necessarily think is that groundbreaking? No. Is it a song that is emotionally resonant? No. Is it a song that's moving? No. But it's a fun song. Is it a song that I want to dance to? Is it a song that's kind of really uplifting to listen to? Yes. Um, is the production really smooth, current, but yet still old school? I think it's a brilliant pop showcase of production talent, of unique male vocal delivery. Because Ben Dolich, who is the Slovenian artist, who I got a lot of flack for saying, oh, I wish he had been German. He's been living in Germany. He does speak German. And I've softened on that stance. I'm okay with Germany having a Slovenian guy sing for them, as much as I would love to see a more sort of like born and raised in Germany person. I completely understand that, he has a lot of ties to Germany. He's not just someone who's like never been in Germany before, except for like some radio appearance. So I'm totally down with that, and getting different people from all the countries that if we as long as they've been in that country, and especially as long as they speak the language at least competently, that's, I think, really important to me, for them to represent that country, because it's just they are representing that country, right? Yeah, I'm so in love with this track. I think that it had appeal for younger audiences, as well as I don't think it would be something older audiences would have felt too offended by. I mean, it's harmless. It's harmless. I don't necessarily see this song as groundbreaking in any way, but there's something about pop done right, and there's something about really smooth, kind of swaggy pop that doesn't feel so try hard. This is the difference between Benjamin Ingrosso and, you know, like Robin Bankson and like some of those like Swedish flyboy Justin Bieber types. Ben Dolich just comes across natural. He just comes across himself and innocent and sweet. And the production mirrors that. I just don't see this as something that it's not, trying to be something that it's not. It is just what it is. And it's a bit it reflects that, it reflects that he's unsure of whether he should approach this girl. It has that timidity to it, and it's cute. It's just cute, and it's age appropriate. And so I don't know. It ticks the right boxes for me. So at number 9, this is a song that I have not made a track review for yet. We have Malta, the artist Destiny Chukunier. I believe that's how it's pronounced. She has the song All of My Love. Now, I have a real gripe with this song, and it's only for one real reason. Why is this song the only song out of the 41 we have gotten for Eurovision this year that is not, as of today, which is April, 9th? Why is this song not on any streaming services? Every other song is. What's going on, Malta? What's going on? There's always one straggler, though, isn't there? There's always one straggler. So I really lament that I cannot fully complete my Eurovision 2020 playlist because this song is still not out there in any kind of digital format, and that's just driving me insane. We, at the very least, we know the CD is coming towards the end of this month, so we'll be getting that, or at least early next month. So we'll be getting that at least, but who knows when that'll be available. Malta, come on, it's time to put that on streaming services. Destiny is a part of the fresh face class of 2020 for Eurovision. These younger singers who bring such spark and energy and talent. She won X Factor in Malta, and I'll confess that I have not seen her sing anything else other than this song, but I have heard that she just absolutely kills it with her vocals, like live, that she is just a tour de force, a power to be reckoned with. And she's got that soulful vocal, which is super, super powerful. And I can see her just running hoops and circles over the competition with this track on the stage. And it's a pity that we're not going to see that. I'm very, very, very sad about that. But she deserves another shot. Lyrically, it's simple. It's very simple. But there's something about a propulsive, upbeat pop song with a powerful, soulful belt. And that's gonna go. That's gonna make waves. And this is the kind of song that would do that. It would get everyone up on their feet. It would get everyone clapping, swaying side to side, just feeling that energy. And I am sure that the styling would have been just jaw dropping gorgeous, just based on the editorial shots in that music video. Designer, like haute couture, yet mixed with a sort of punk aesthetic. I could have seen this very artfully done on stage, and it would have done very well in this contest. Make no mistake, I could have easily seen this be in the top three. You know, there are other songs that I still like more than it, but I wouldn't have been mad if this song had even won. I wouldn't be upset. Okay, and then at number 8, another song that I did not get a chance to make an individual track review for. Victoria with Tears Getting Sober, the singer from Bulgaria. Boy, is this an unfortunate shot for Bulgaria because they didn't compete in 2019. We finally get them back. On a contest, no one's competing. But the good news is that Victoria has been confirmed to represent Bulgaria in 2021. And I know that she was one of the main artists who really spearheaded this sort of song. I want to sing this same song next year. And I can see why. Victoria is so proud of this song. This is such a deep cut. This is such a deep cut personal song. It's a song that you wouldn't, I think, 5 or 10 years ago had ever dared submit for Eurovision. Because I think that it's very much a song that is, again, I don't like bringing up Billie Eilish and acting as if it's derivative or it's copying, but there's influence. There is, a lot of people have noted some Billie Eilish influence. The harmonizations, the soft vocals, the cooing sort of melody. This is a song that, When the Party's Over by Billie Eilish, that is taking inspiration from. And there's nothing wrong with that because it's its own beautiful thing. It's like a chrysalis of sound. It envelops you, and it's so melancholic, but at the same time playful. And that's an interesting kind of pairing that we get here. Your lies burn like sugar in my wounds. In time, my wound will be a scar. My pain will soon be over. Oh, how the tables turn. Tears are getting sober. I've got some space to grow. Everything about this song speaks of the calm after a storm. You know, after the rain is settled, you know, the clouds are starting to part, but we're not fully in the sunlight yet. We're finally kind of collecting ourselves after the torrential downpour. And I think with the music video, they could have easily just recreated that on stage and had this, you know, sort of setting with the tree and her on the bench and just the candid expressions to the camera, maybe having some water coming down, like some maybe drenched hair, I don't know, just giving a sense of like we were just in the rain. And there's this like wide-eyed wonderment to this song that's like really, really trying to sell a sense of security after something so heartbreaking. It's really trying to convince itself that the darkest part is right before the dawn, you know? And in the first verse, you know, great, my head is taking over me, 10 deja vus a day. I've never seen deja vu used as a plural like that. That's kind of interesting. And each time I'm getting colder, pain, I should let it go. Like I should. It's going to take me a while, but I know that time is going to heal this wound. And so this is a song that is cautious, but it's optimistic in its tone at the end. And it definitely has a bit of a Disney feel to it, I think, in the like old school Disney, like a bit of an Alice in Wonderland vibe because of the choral element. I feel like the orchestration around the choral element is very harkening to old Disney. And I don't know if that's intentional or not, but that's just something I picked up. So bravo, Victoria. I'm sorry that you didn't get to sing particularly this song this year. It is such a pity and such a crime. But I know that next year you will, know that you will bring it with something even, I can see it just being even better. I hope so. I really do. And like I said, it's bold and it's not something we would have seen years ago, I think, so much of. Or we wouldn't have lauded it so much because I think the climate around pop music was a little different. Okay. I guess Lorde might have ushered that in, I guess. So maybe we're talking like 10 years ago. So at number 7, I have made a track review for this song, a Go A Solove, which means nightingale in Ukrainian. Yes, this is the really wonderfully ethnic track from Ukraine. This is a song that from the instant I heard the first notes and that sort of like warbling flute melody, I knew what was coming and I was instantly hooked. This is right up my alley. World folk ethnopop, particularly of an Eastern European slant. There is just something so magical and so old world about this song. It's a beautiful blend of modern with traditional. The lyrics, I've looked into them. I mean, it's singing, there's very sort of traditional love song, and there is so much symbolism in the lyrics, but also in the visuals that were used on stage that sort of represent different parts of Ukrainian folklore and of Ukrainian culture. This is, of course, a Katerina Pavlenko. The singer is using a unique style of white noise singing, and it is an acquired taste for sure. So, I mean, again, this is not for everyone, but I am happy to see that the general consensus across the board is that a lot of people favor this and have put it in their top 10. And so that's something I was really not expecting because I tend to see songs like this not do so well at Eurovision because, as I said, it's so ethnic and it's such an acquired taste. And it's dance music, but it's not the kind of dance music that Eurovision tends to go for these days. It's not dance music that has a strong bass to it. It's very much about the treble tones, and it's very much about unique rhythm and syncopation mixed with unconventional vocals that I do think would be off-putting to some or unaccustomed to some. But for me, I find it so much more energetic and full of electricity and energy because of that. This song isn't waiting for some big drop. It's not like relying so heavily on those underbeats. It's really above and soaring with a really strong tempo and rhythm. Such a pity that we won't be able to see this song performed at Eurovision, but oh my god, it'll be in my heart forever. At number 6, Eden Alen, Feker Libi, the entrant from Israel, the Ethiopian Israeli artist who brought it all, brought every flavor and spice of North Africa meets Middle East. It's such a welcomed kind of refreshing taste of culture for this contest. This is one of the most diverse, at least again in my recent years of covering this contest. This seems to be a really good year for diversity in Eurovision, which is again a real pity that we're having this contest canceled. In the interest of brevity, I hate to say this, but I'm not going to spend too much time talking about all of these songs that I have already made track reviews for. So I've already given my thoughts. Like I said, basically in summary, love the multi-ethnic approach, love the dance style, particularly the traditional Ethiopian rhythm and shoulder dancing. Love her Eden's energy. Love the styling of having all the hoops and the long braided hair. Everything about this is just it's pulling in a lot of different directions, but it doesn't feel like a crazy collage that doesn't go together. It so elegantly blends all of those cultures together with the way she translates from lyric to lyric and the way the style of music translates from like more kind of traditional 90s Euro dance to going to more Middle Eastern drums to going to pure rhythmic Ethiopian, North African. Like it does this so effortlessly that you're just like, what just happened? Like you just want to hear it again and on loop and on loop and on loop, and you can't help but dance. This is just like one of the most lively, fun, can't get a smile off your face songs of this contest, and it deserves to be top 10, no doubt. All right, number 5. We get to my top 5. Again, this is really hard. What makes this song number 5 and that one number 6? Who knows at this point? I had to give them a ranking. Django McCroy with the Netherlands. This was a song, again, I made a track review for. I felt this from the first notes. I wasn't sure, with doing a simple, soulful ballad, going that route every year, I don't want to say it gets tedious, but there's something so soft and feminine about this song that I was not expecting. This is not a Cesar Sampson type song. This is much more old school blues, and it's much softer. And I appreciate that. It allows for those sort of ambient electronic spaces in the music and the space to breathe. And this song doesn't, get tripped up on its own toes. I think that it could have been longer and I would have really appreciated it. It is a song that I really do wish was longer. And the story behind it, the visual of the music video, we're talking about some real existential stuff here. Like, this is heavy stuff. You'd think Eurovision is meant to be a lot lighter and fun. But even though the lyrics are on the simpler side, they're so heavy at the same time that I don't write off the lyrics as being forgettable. And it's all about his emotion and his delivery that really makes what this song is so special. And I can so sad we're not getting this song, but luckily we will get Chiangu next year. He was one of the first artists to be confirmed or reconfirmed for 2021. I know that he will kill it. At number 4, Norway, Ulrikki. I called her Ulrik in my track review, and I apologize. I assumed the E was silent, but apparently it's not. It's either Ulrika or Ulrikki. That's what people are saying. Attention from Norway. More of the classic, diva at the microphone, just belting out way top notch vocals with a somewhat safe pop song. But you know what? There is such a soaring hook to this song that grabs me like nothing else. And that's just a testament to her vocal talent, her vocal control, her range. Again, if a lesser vocalist had attempted this, it would have fallen flat and been middle of the road. But she elevated this song along with that wonderful pyrotechnic staging and that really wonderful dress and style she had rocking on that stage. Oh my goodness. I even just like the sort of there's something about the triangle that she was on, and she was at the corner front facing you. There's something very powerful about that. Like, she's at the front of a ship. And this is a type of song that I almost would kind of imagine singing at the brow of a ship, like as the waves crash, like just, why do you think it's okay? Like, it has a bit of that Celine Dion feel to it. And so I will always be a sucker for that. And it rose to the occasion. Number 3. Oh, it pains me to think about how this country might have been robbed a chance to host next year. Iceland's entry from Dathi Freyr and his Gagnamagnid. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce that, but his group, their song Think About Things, the wacky Talking Heads tribute song, as I like to call it, that is, no, it's not derivative by any means. Yes, it's so 80s, but it is so memorable, and it's such a feel good song that is everything that is good about Oddball in Eurovision. That's not tacky. That's not pretentious. I saw a meme where someone put, for the Queen Elizabeth and her speech, someone put the graphic, which I think very much looks like one of those Mii's from the Wii GameCube games, on her green or pale turquoise shirt, which I thought was hilarious, because she was wearing such a very kind of mint green shirt, which is very similar to the mint green sweaters that they all wear on stage. This group was doing everything right. I think they had such memorable choreography. They had such a presence of nonchalant joy. Like, I don't know how to better explain it, but you almost would think they're phoning it in because they don't look like they're enjoying themselves on stage as much as they kind of are meant to, you'd think, because it's pretty upbeat and joyful as a song, but it's pensive at the same time. And I think that shtick it works well for them because they have the kind of crazy sweaters and they have the crazy graphics behind them, and that aesthetic works. If they didn't have that kind of styling, then I think that we would be wondering, why are they so kind of oddball, and something's not clicking here with the delivery and the lyrics, but it all kind of comes together. And I also feel like having like I said, the lead singer guy having the long hair, I just find him so charming in a way. Like, I don't know. This song feels like it's just like representing all the sort of oddballs who don't, in a contest like Eurovision, where we get a lot of, particularly among male performers, like a lot of guys who just like are very stereotypical in their presentation, considering we do get a lot of showy, flamboyant stuff. But this year, I think it was really welcoming to see a guy like styling so uniquely and being masculine, but also being a little bit feminine, like being more androgynous. I don't know. I just really vibed with that energy. So yeah, I could have seen Reykjavik win with this song. A lot of people think it would have. There's one other song that I would have personally had win over it, but it definitely deserved to be in the top three. And number two, Répondez-moi, Guillaume's Tears, Switzerland, the primo power ballad of this contest. Even though calling it a power ballad, I think, is a bit of a misnomer because even though it's a ballad, the power is subtle. This is a very subtle under your skin song. Again, it's one I wish that was longer. Same issue with Grow with Jiangu. This is a song that is so black and white and so stark, but it's so visceral. It's, hair raising on the back of your hand type visceral. You feel what he's singing, and you don't even need to understand French. This is running circles around Tom Leb's French, The Best in Me. Even with the revamp, Tom Leb could not have reached this level of emotion and vocal control because let's not forget that Guillaume is, well, his real name isn't Guillaume. Guillaume is the name of his grandfather. And he actually came up with that band's name because one of his songs moved his grandfather to tears. That's where Guillaume's Tears came from. I forget what his real name is. I say it in the full-length track review, but he's got a really strong, rich vocal, and that really sells this song as well. And the falsetto, there's not really much more I can say, but the cascading melody, the simple delivery of the lyrics, which again are a bit on the simpler side, but they are heavy as anything. Such a heavy-weighted song that will always be something I'm speaking to me. When I consider the things that I'm pondering and thinking about late at night, put on this song. Tells you everything you need to know. So bravo, Switzerland. We really showed up this year. And so at number one, it was so hard to say that this song was necessarily better than the others, especially the top 5 songs, but ultimately I still came back to this one, and that is On Fire by The Roop from Lithuania. All I'll say is iconic, clever, artful, oddly kind of sexy, which I think, is just my personal thing because I find the lead singer quite attractive. And I like seeing men be a little bit more expressive with their styling. So I think that I find that very attractive with this song because it's floating with that androgynous energy a little bit. Multi-layered. This song has so much going on with it in the production, in the styling, in the art direction. They're geniuses for this track. I mean, this is an ingenious track, and it is perfect for Eurovision. I feel like it's the kind of song that really gives Eurovision sort of like a recharge for me. It's one of those songs I listen to and I'm like, this is why I love following this contest. And it really makes me want to branch out my musical taste a little bit more and like beyond just Eurovision, like really kind of expose myself to a lot more other different kinds of alternative indie electronic artists, because that is the kind of music I'm so into, is this sort of genre, but also like this kind of expressive kind of dance music. Like I'm not so much into the generic kind of pop 4 on the 4 stuff anymore. And so stuff like this is just so much more where I'm at. And I really need to, expand my horizons to, there's so many other acts and artists and groups who are probably doing stuff like this that I'm criminally sleeping on. But yeah, I really, in the interest of brevity, I just will say that like, I knew from like the first time I heard it that this was going to be in the top 5 for me. And then as this contest eventually unfolded more and more, none of the other songs quite impacted me the same way this one did upon first listen, where I was just like, wow. And it's a fan favorite. I mean, it's between Iceland and Lithuania right now, I think. When you look at, actually, I should probably, while I'm filming, just check what the bookmakers are saying on EurovisionWorld.com, because it's interesting to see where like people are upvoting, and for which country. Right now, Bulgaria is at the top. They gave them a 12% winning chance. Lithuania was right behind, followed by Switzerland, and then Iceland. So yeah, that top 4. I totally agree with. Like I said, I mean, personally, Israel, the Netherlands, even I think I had Ukraine ahead of them. I like those songs. I didn't see them winning over Bulgaria, Lithuania, Switzerland, or Iceland, even though I would have been fine with it. But realistically, I totally am agreeing with all of these placings. They have Russia at number 5, which, I mean, you'll see where Russia's placed in my ranking. I can agree with that, but I do think that I don't know. It doesn't quite have the same spark that On Fire has, but I can definitely agree with that. And then Italy at number 6, Romania at number 7, and Malta at number 8. So I agree with that. I had them in my top 10. Azerbaijan at number 9. Okay. I'm not sure about that. And then at number 10, just like for me, Germany with Violent Thing. Let's see, where is Norway is at number 11. I don't know about that. Netherlands is at 13. Jesus, not Israel is all the way at 19. Boy, that's kind of sad. That does not make sense to me. Oh my God, Ukraine is at 25. That's painful. But am I that surprised? Honestly, no, I'm not. I think those are all my top 10s. Slovenia is at the bottom. It's kind of interesting. Belarus should not be that low. Anyway, I'm going to stop looking at this list. But I guess this is more of like a realistic, what do you think are the odds? It's not so much what's your personal favorite. So that's just interesting to look at. So yeah, those are my top 10. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments. Have this discussion. And like I said, if you want to find out what my bottom 10 are, it's a bit more of a controversial video. I will link that in the description, as well as any of these individual track reviews. There's a playlist where I have all of them, except like I said, I didn't get to Malta. I didn't get to Bulgaria, but I covered them in this video. You'll hear my thoughts and more kind of full fleshed out research to detail in that if you look into that playlist. That'll be linked below, as well as my longer video where I discuss all my thoughts about this cancellation and was this the right decision? Should they have tried other, avenues of holding the contest or postponement? All of these things. Could this have all been handled a little differently with 2021 and the artists and such? So anyway, that's all that content, and then keep on the lookout for that 41 song ranking video. Like I said, my final cherry on top for this Eurovision season for me will be putting that out. I just wanted to let this one come out first. Yeah, boy, what a journey. So yeah, those are my top 10. Let me know what your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video. Got like a lot of sun on my face here. And I will see you all in my next video. But yes, we are kind of wrapping up Eurovision on this channel. I'm ready to move on to other things. I've got to be honest with you. I'm not that excited talking about Eurovision right now. And so that was why it was a little hard for me to sit down and film this video. I hope I did it okay. But I can tell I want to talk about other stuff. Like my head's not really in Eurovision right now. Once it got canceled, it's kind of sad because I thought, once it was canceled, I would still be just as interested, but I did kind of I don't know. And I know, and a lot of others have too. A lot of other people have stopped covering Eurovision. It's weird. Yeah, it's like, it's just funny to me. Anyway, Vilnius, I'm so sorry. Vilnius, Reykjavik, Vienna, and I guess Sofia for Bulgaria. Those countries had such a huge chance of hosting Eurovision next year. Any of those countries would have been an amazing choice. And instead we're getting Rotterdam again, but it's going to be a whole new contest. And countries like Lithuania and Iceland, who have never won this contest before, same with Bulgaria, this is so heart-wrenching because the chances of them getting that chance again next year, it's I don't know. It's sad. It's really sad to me. I really would have loved to have seen Bulgaria, Lithuania, or Iceland take this contest. And it looked like that was going to happen. And we were going to get a new first-time winner. All right. Well, anyway, I will see you all in my next video. Stay safe out there. Stay healthy. Stay at home. I hope you all have had a wonderful, blessed day. And I will see you all in my next video. Peace, love, and light to you all. Bye.